Namaste, this is Pavan Devarakonda talking about Oracle Analytics Service. For this one, we need a dedicated user, Java and infrastructure WebLogic Patch, and Oracle Analytics Server softwares. Please follow me on Instagram. So these are the prerequisites. Oracle VirtualBox we need to download from the internet. It is freely available. Vagrant, and then a dedicated user we need to create once this VirtualBox brings up the Oracle Linux box. Installation topologies. There are two different options. We have standard installation and enterprise installation. Let's see how it is going to work with these options. First, we are going to use the Vagrant and Oracle VirtualBox in a command window where we will bring up the Oracle Linux box. So once this Oracle VirtualBox brings up the Linux box, then where we are going to have a shell script which will be automatically executed and a dedicated user will be created for us. Let's jump onto this practical session. Let's go to the Vagrant file, which is I'm going to open in a code. So in this, I'll just explain what I'm going to do here. So the box, which is going to work with the Oracle Linux, which I'm naming as OAS Lab box. So this box I'm going to get from the Oracle Linux. Oracle Linux will be the box which I'm going to use from the 26th line, you can see. And then you can see the minimum parameters which are required to create the IP address, which is going to map here, and then the software which I'm going to share that is present in SQL and Work Directory data folder. And then you can see the how much RAM and CPUs I'm going to allocate for this virtual box. 2 cores and 2 GB RAM I'm allocating for this one. Whenever the box is coming up, it is going to provision with the shell script. The shell script which is present on the top, this is a shell script around 20-25 lines. So these are the dedicated user creation, and then the environment variables which are required to create Oracle infrastructure, Java, middleware, WebLogic home, class path. These are the environment variables which you are going to create. So these are regular stuff. Let us start how to bring up the Vagrant box. Vagrant as it was already downloaded the box, so it is simply using that existing box present in the system. No worries about the 404 error. It will keep going on and it is going to connect to the Oracle and brings up the box. Whenever you try first time, it might be more time consuming when you're doing first time, but next time onwards the box creation and multiple instances if you want to create with the virtual box, it is very simple. It is going to give the connection between the machine we're going to create and network which is going to be hosted on Windows machine. So it is automatically links these two, the etc host present in the Windows machine and that etc host machine which is a Linux box. Both are sync with the special plugin called LandRush in Vagrant. That is done. So box is created and you can see the simple file which you are going to see. The bash profile is also created for us, and go to the putty gen where you can load the private key. Okay, in the work. So let us see how we can navigate here from this box. Go one directory back. In the work directory, there you can see dot Vagrant machines, OAS lab, VirtualBox. And here make all files so that you can find the private key and open. And it is going to open and then generate that, save that private key and name that file. This is a name which is expected, so let us name the same here. Save that. All right, puttygen is completed and putty ppk file is there, and we are good to go for the loading this. Yeah, that is successful. We just will check that with the SW. So these are the softwares which are required. We are going to look for. We can go ahead and proceed further. Next steps. Sequence of steps we need to know about installing OAS. The first thing is we need to install Java JDK 1.8 and install the Fusion middleware, then install the Opatch, and then come to the Oracle Analytics Server 5.5.0. So this is the overall scenario which we are going to do, and there is a client requirement, client tool that is going to connect to the BI or business intelligence server or service, which is going to be run on Oracle Analytics Server. So let's begin the first practical experiment step. That is, we are going to use the tar command to install the JDK. This is a simple extraction. And if you see, another alternative is RPM installation. So that is also works in the Oracle Linux and Red Hat flavors. The first thing is tar command, tar-zxvf to install the software. So software is available on SW. And the JDK software is this one. All right, to run this, that's the simplest step which we can install JDK, and it will be installed in the U01. So you can see the present working directory and you can see the JDK here. So something like that, then you can again install and new path will be there. So every time you don't want to put that new path, what we can do, move this JDK and this. Okay, let me go back. All right, so we have done with the editing part and then run the bash and then see Java version. Now, yes, it is working as expected. Java version is available now. The next step is to install the middleware. So middleware software is also present in the SW. So what is the infrastructure which we are going to use? That is infrastructure. This one where we can do unzip, which is present in SW. And we want this one to be extracted in temp directory. Unzip command is not present, then we can just simply go sudo -i yum install unzip. It takes a while and try to install this unzip command. Once it is available, once this command is available, we can run the infrastructure extraction in the temp folder, then we can proceed. So installation JDK is completed now, and then Java is ready, and we confirm all the environment variables available, the path is set, and that is all available in the bash RC. Great. The next thing is silent installation, Fusion middleware infrastructure installation. That requires Java installation. Then you need two important files to install. One is response file, and the one is or instloc file, and then silent option which you are going to give, and it is going to install the WebLogic server infrastructure, and it is going to do everything in silent mode. It doesn't use any question and answers, simply silent mode. Let's try this and let us see the example command how we can run. So if you are going to have the GUI, and you can run simply java jar FMW infrastructure. So that's the simplest command. But unzip. Now unzip is working as expected. VI U01. There I want to create FMW underscore infra dot RSP. So this is a file where I'm going to talk about where I want to install this middleware, and then what is the type I am going to install, the software installation type, that is a Fusion middleware infrastructure. These are the two important lines which is required to modify for every silent mode installation. Save this file shell. Okay, or install, or we can use DPI, anything is fine. Aura inst.loc is a file which you want to create in the same location where the infrastructure is present with the inventory location, and then all set. So two files which are required to run. So I just want to run Java command, java-jar. The software is present in 10.2. This is a jar file which I want to use, and then silent is an option which I want to use, and then response file. Alright, this is a response file, and I want to give the set. Let's run. That is the infrastructure installation command which is running, and it is going to take another 2 minutes to run this. And I hope it will first is validating all the system requirements, then it is checking the software requirements, operating system validations, Oracle Linux version, it is checking, it matches, and it is passed. And now when it started extracting the jar file, FMW infrastructure jar file, then it is started, it is going to verify all the data, and then it is going to proceed for the installation process. And once it is started installation process, it is going to give 10%, 20%. Every next line, it is going to be incremented by 10%. So that's how it is going to complete the installation process. We can see here, it is successfully installed this infrastructure version. WL_home. Then again, I'll check Java WebLogic version. Now it is working as expected. So all set, the infrastructure is ready. And then next step is we want to go for the Opatch installation. Opatch software is also present in the SW directory. So Oracle patch is here. That is going to be WebLogic patch. And the step what we will do after the installation, Opatch. This is a patch is the basic requirement for running the Oracle Analytics server. First, make one directory in the middleware or somewhere else, anywhere, patch top directory, and unzip this. And then you're going to go into the directory. Inside that, you run that Opatch apply. So it is nothing but simple middleware directory, Opatch directory. In that one, Opatch is the command, and apply will be installing the patch. Let's go for this step quickly. First, make the directory in the MW_home. There we want to make patch_top directory. So let's go into the directory where the middleware home present. We are there, double confirms, yes, we are there. In the patch top, we want to install this unzip, and it is present in the software directory. And then we want to do this extraction over here, present directory. All set. So that is the patch which we extracted. Opatch/Opatch, because we are present in the bug, the batch which we are downloaded, and just simply say apply. It is going to apply to the middleware which is just now we installed, the WebLogic infrastructure. First, it is verifying the Opatch version, and then it is going to proceeding writing into the log, and then you can see it is going to install. So it is going to create this patch. Okay, so this is a prerequisite for this particular patch, and now we can out any option. It will work. Yes, it's working as expected. Perfect. So WebLogic patch installation process is successful after exporting that as F user specific command. So Opatch no F user is equal to true, that works. Sometimes this makes. So you can see at the end patch successfully applied. So the next step in the flow inventory is we want to check ls inventory, then it is going to show is the patch is installed or not. Make sure that one is inventory or ls inventory. So Opatch ls inventory list inventory, it should show this patch number in that one present the bug. So we are all set. The patch is installed, middleware installed, and Java is ready. So the next step is all set. The next step is the last waiting step. Install Oracle Analytics Server, the response file, and your INSTLOC, which is already present in the U01. So OAS install.rsp, which we are going to create and give the silent option to create the Oracle Analytics Server on top of WebLogic infrastructure. Let's do this activity. The software is present in the SW and the OAS Oracle Analytics Server is present over here. Unzip and see here where you want to unzip, that should be go to the temp directory and where SW, and you can see here Oracle. Let's try this. This one to U01 and the response file is OAS underscore install RSP. Yes, it is created. Going to ask for the prerequisites checking, and it is going to work with that option. So let us try, and if you get the error, then we can use the ignoring prerequisite. Time saving from the silent mode option, and this could be used in the Vagrant automations, or if you are going for the Ansible and wherever you want to use for the Docker, Compose, Docker files, create this installation process. I think it got failed because of the prerequisite check. So to just give this ignore prereqs option and then run again the Oracle Analytics Server installation in silent mode option. Yes, we are done the installation process for the Oracle Analytics. Oracle Analytics platform is ready, and that is 5.5000 that is installed successfully, and we here in the only list. Yeah, I think we are done for the today's session. Installation process all set for today's session. The summary is we learned about how we can install a Vagrant box on that Java installation, Oracle WebLogic installation, and Opatch installation. Then finally, Oracle Analytics Server installation completed. So in the next coming session, we're going to learn about how RCU will be run for the Oracle Analytics Server, and then Oracle Analytics Server domain configuration, start the Oracle Analytics Server services, then access that domain. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for being with me. And if you have any questions on Oracle Analytics, please write comment. Please follow me on the Instagram, Pavan Bhavani. And don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon. Jai Hind.